Hello dear students, welcome to our video sessions. Let us begin our session number 2 of Mechatronics Sensors and Transducers unit number 1. In last video session we saw introduction of mechatronics. Before beginning this session, let us revisit the previous session. In previous session we saw how the word electronics evolved. We knew that the two words mechanisms and electronics were cut into mechatronics and were joined together to get the mechatronics. We defined what mechatronics is. We defined mechatronics as integration of mechanical engineering with electrical, electronics and computer control engineering in the design and manufacture of industrial products, processes or operations and systems. And we saw what are the basic elements of mechatronic systems. We saw that mechanical system itself is a one element, and sensors, microprocessor for control and actuators. There are four elements we saw in previous session, and we understood why mechatronics is important. It is because mechatronics brings more efficiency. Mechatronics adds intelligence to the design of the system and it reduces cost. And we saw what system is. So any mechanical, electrical or electronic element or set of elements that can give out certain useful outputs under the understandable inputs can be named as system. And we represented the system using the block diagram where it has got the input and output with a set of elements or a element or a process. And we discussed what measurement system is, and measurement system is subsystem of mechatronic system. Its main function is to collect the information on a system status and to feed it to the microprocessor for controlling the whole system. And we saw what are the basic elements of measurement system. One is sensor, another is signal conditioner, and another is display system. And we briefly saw what sensor is. The sensor senses the physical phenomena to be measured and gives an output signal related to physical quantity, and the output of sensor is input to the signal conditioner. And what are the signal conditioner is? This unit senses the output signal of sensor and converts it into suitable for action or for measurable level of signal. For example, in case of thermocouple, EMF amplifier is a signal conditioner. And we saw what display system is. It displays the output from the signal conditioner. The output may be either analog or digital. So now let us move on our new session, session number 2. In this one we will see what the control system is. Let us see images. In this image, liquid is getting filled into the water tank. Water is filled and from the outlet pipe water can be let out. A human being is standing to control the valve through the valve mechanism. So the person through his eyes is sensing the level of liquid being filled. Once it reaches the required level or moves above the required level, the output valve can be operated to open so that level can be maintained. So maintaining the level of liquid in water tank by operating any of the parameters, either input parameter or output parameter. In this case, output parameter is varied. That output flow is controlled so that level is controlled, liquid flow level is controlled. So this is a system where output variable is controlled by operating the valve manually is the control system. So in this control system, human being and this mechanical wall operating system is the total control system. Let us see in another image. Say in the furnace, it is being generated by burning the fuel. So amount of heat generated can be measured by measuring the temperature. So on the dial gauge, the temperature is indicated. Here human being senses the temperature inside the furnace or a combustion chamber. So accordingly, either to increase the temperature or decrease the temperature, fuel supply valve is operated through the hand. So operation of this fuel control valve constitutes control system. Here elements of control system: human being's hands, and this valve mechanism constitutes the control system. So we can represent this control system with the help of block diagram: control system, input and output. In this combustion process, the input is the fuel is let in, is the input, and the generation of heat by measuring the temperature developed is the output. The temperature seen is the output, and the human being, total human being and this control valve unit constitutes the control system. Let us move on. One more example. See, this is the gas stove burning process. We can see different flames. This is the blue color flame and this is the yellowish flame. We can see the high flame is the bluish and lower flame is yellowish. So say we desire this flame which is of higher temperature, and this yellowish flame is of with lower temperature. This flame is desired one, but actually output flame is like this. So by seeing, by visual observation, we can operate the knob of the gas stove and increase the fuel supply so that we get desired flame. Same figure, see, this is the desired flame and this is the output. To make the output to the desired level, we have to operate the knob or a regulator so that gas flow increases and we attain this desired level. So controlling the knob or a regulator to increase the output constitute the control system. So this system we can represent with the block diagram. Say we see the flame condition, this flame condition at the output, this output flame, this is the output flame, you can see output flame. Through the eyes we see the output flame, so this constitutes the feedback. The signal goes to the brain and brain activates the hands turning the regulator, and we can see the heating process, the combustion process at the burner. So this constitutes the process. So through the eyes we compare our desired value and output value here, and then through the actuation of the hand the knob is rotated or controlled so that we get the desired flame. This is the block diagram representation of the control system. Let us move further. Take one more example. This is the washing machine. So in a washing machine, drying setup will be there, or solely a drying machine. Say this is the cloth drawing machine where cloths are put, wet cloths are put, and heater will heat them and cloths will dried. In this system, timer is set for a particular minutes. The temperature is set, and after that the process stops and we have to remove out the cloths. So actually cloths were totally dried or not, we do not check. We are dependent on our previous experience and we set the timer. So once the time is reached, the process will stop, the heater will stop, we take out the cloths. So we can represent this by a block diagram. Say a timer is set, electrical energy is put, desired time is set, and heating elements work within this time. It gives out the heat to the cloths and actual dryness. We do not measure actual dryness, so there is no feedback. So this is we can call this as the open loop control system. This is the one example. Let us move on. Again we discuss the control system. Here in previous image we saw that this control system is the manual mechanical control system. In place of human being and manual control of the valve, and here we sense the temperature, watch the dial that what is the temperature in the combustion chamber. In this setup, a automatic system is placed in. This is a controller, programmable logical controller. Whatever combustion process is there, the temperature generated in the combustion chamber sensed through the sensor. So whatever sensor senses, the signal is transmitted to the controller, and the controller will compare the set value with the signal received through the sensor. Accordingly, the fuel line is operated with the electrical operated actuator. The valve will be operated by actuating the servo motor, so that the supply is regulated, so the required heat is generated and temperature again measured through the sensor. This is the mechatronic system. Though the operations are same, here manual mechanical system is replaced by the mechatronic system. This is the example of control system, mechatronics control system. Now, with our previous observations, we can define what the control system is. So a group of devices or units, say here group of devices are there, here group of devices, general definition. A group of devices or units or elements which maintain the required output, the devices which maintain the required output based on the preset or predefined level or predefined quantity by controlling or manipulating the parameters responsible for the output constitutes a control system. This is the way we can define a control system. Let us move on. Let us discuss what are the types of control systems. There are two types. One is open loop control system, where it does not have any feedback. Another control system is the closed loop control system, which has the feedback unit, feedback control system we call. Previously we saw, in case of drawing machine, we saw open loop control system where it is based on the timer. Once the time is over, the process will stop. We took the example of drawing machine where cloths were dried. So it is called open loop control system. In case of gas stove flames, output flame, by seeing the output flame through the eyes, we can operate the regulator through the hands and to get the desired flame. This is the example for closed loop control system where feedback is there. One more example for open loop and closed loop control system. Say this is the water tank where incoming fluid is entering into this tank. Say it is a water tank or a liquid tank. Say incoming liquid where manual valve is fitted at inlet, and this is the our desired level, and as the desired level reaches, this valve can be operated. Here whether it is reached or not, there is no feedback. Again it is a time based, on the basis of previous experience we fit the time. Sometimes we may not reach the desired level, though the timer we have set based on the previous experiences. Why? Because there might be interruption in the flow. Interruption may be that intermittent supply due to fluctuation in the voltage, or there might be something in the supply pipe, some obstructions, so that the desired flow we may not get. So as per the timing we set, we may not reach the desired level. This is an open control system where we do not have actually whether our desired level is reached or not. This is the one example. Another example for closed loop control system is this is the purely mechanical, no mechatronic systems are here. Here also no mechatronic system. This image is taken to clear the concept of control system only. This is the purely mechanical. Say through this pipe the incoming fluid is coming, and in this liquid tank, as the incoming liquid moves into the tank, as the level is reached, as the level moves up, a float will also move up, and it moves the valve seat through this pivot point pivot lever mechanism. If float moves up and reaches the liquid level, it closes the incoming pipe here. So we can say this is the closed loop control system. So what we can say, let us see each case. In case of open loop control system, output is dependent on input, but input is independent of output. How? Say through this pipe liquid is coming in or water is coming in, timer is set. So this input is not dependent on output, whereas this output, the level of water in the tank is dependent on the input. This is the case where input is no way dependent on output, but in closed loop control system the input is controlled on the basis of level of water in the container. Let us see open loop closed loop control system. See, this is the system where input is dependent on the output, that it is variation in the output influences the input by some means of controlling on the input is called a closed loop system. How? Here in open loop control system, see, in open loop control system input is not dependent on output, but here in open loop control system input is not at all dependent on the output, but here once float moves up, as it reaches to this desired level, automatically this pivot lever arrangement closes the input wall. So once output is reached to the desired level, input is closed. That's why this input is dependent on this output. That's why we say closed loop control system in which input is dependent on the output. Here this one is the mechanical system, same control system. Here is this one is the mechatronic system. Here mechanical components are replaced by electronic components, where controller has got both electronics and computer control mechanism. Once the float moves, the sensor senses, and from here sensor signals moves to the controller, and controller gives the signal to actuator, then actuator operates the valve through the DC or AC servo motor. So these are the examples of closed loop control system. We can represent through the general block diagram what closed loop control system is. Say there will be output. Through the output we see, from the output we see the feedback through the sensor or output transducer, and it is compared with the desired level. We represent the comparison by this symbol. We call this as a comparator. The input coming, which may be increased or decreased on the basis of feedback, we represent by plus sign, and the feedback is indicated by minus sign. With the reference value, it is compared. This feedback is compared with the reference value, and input is varied. And this comparison, whatever the comparison is there, is fed to controller. Controller gives the control signal to actuator, and the process is varied. So this is the general block diagram of closed loop control system. Let us see what are the major elements, main elements of closed loop control system. One is comparison element, another is control unit, third is correction unit, fourth is process unit, and fifth is feedback or measurement device. See what are the comparison element is. One by one all the elements let us see. Comparison elements or compares, a comparison element compares the reference value of variable with measured value at output and produces error signal. Say, let us see this image. One reference value will be there. Through the human eyes, whatever value is at the output, see in the combustion chamber how much temperature is there is seen by the human eye. The human being himself, his brain compares the reference value and output value. So eyes are the sensors, and man's brain logical unit is the comparator. It compares. Let us take the same process with the mechatronic system. The temperature at this pipe is sensed by the sensor, and it fed to the controller. The set point is 85 degrees Celsius, say, and now at present whatever signal is obtained is 84.9, difference is minus 0.1. So and this minus 0.1 is called as error signal. So what the error signal is? Reference value signal minus measured value signal. Reference is 85, it should be, and measured value is 84.9. So difference will be error signal. You can see same error signal or working of comparison element in this case also. Say S is the our desired level reference value, and from the H to S, from earlier level to final level. So we can simply for calculation purpose we can use both the H and S. Here for comparison purpose, whether S is reached or not. If S is not reached, so we can one can operate this control valve, so that output control valve, so that water level will increase. Once water level is increased, output control valve can be operated to minimize to zero the error signal. Let us move on to the next element, that is control element. Control element decides what action to take on an error signal. Comparison element or comparator gives the error signal, and control element decides what to do with the error signal. Let us take this image. Say here human being seeing the temperature level, and he knows what should be the temperature reference value, let us call, and present output value. He compares both, and his mind produces the error signal, and mind again decides what to do. If temperature is low, fuel supply is increased. If it is high, fuel supply is decreased. This decision taking unit is the control element. Let us take the example of this image. So through the sensor the signal is transmitted to the controller, and here comparison unit, say in the programmable logical controller, the arithmetic and logic unit will compare the standard value and the present output value, and it produces the error signal. So controller decides what to do. So this decision taking element is called a control element. Let us see another element, that is correction element. The correction element produces a change in the process to correct or change the controlled condition. The term actuator is used for the unit that provides power to carry out control action. This is there. Say in this case, let us take the example of this combustion chamber where operated by the human being. Once the comparator, through the I is the sensor, and mind is again the comparator, and mind is again compares and produces the calculated the error, and control element decides what to do. Control element decides to increase the fuel supply in case of less temperature, or decreases the fuel value in case of more temperature. So that decision of control element is implemented by the actuator. Here actuator is hand of the human being. It moves the valve through this wheel. In this case, in the mechatronic system, the error signal generated, the controller will send the signal to the servo motor, and servo motor gets on to increase the fuel supply or decrease the fuel supply. Let us see another important element of control system. It's a process element. What being controlled is the process element. In this case, what is controlled? Liquid level is controlled. Either it is level is increased or decreased. Level is increased if it is the short of the reference value or desired value, or decreased if it is more than the desired value. In this case, flame condition, if flame is lesser than the desired, so fuel supply is increased. So here combustion process is the process. What is being controlled is the process. Here water level is the process. So these were the elements. Now last element, feedback or measurement device. The measurement element produces a signal with respect to variable condition of the process being controlled. In this case, you can see in combustion process where process is controlled by the human being. Here water level, second one, water level is managed or controlled by the human being. So feedback is eye sensors. Through the eye sensors, the level is measured and helps to control the process. In this case, temperature is censored by seeing the temperature gauge by the human eyes. This is the feedback system. In this case, where mechatronic system is here, the temperature is sensed by the sensor and signal moves to controller. So this unit consists the feedback system or feedback measurement unit or device. So dear students, this is about the control system we saw in session number 2. For better understanding of the concepts, to check our understanding, let us review the session through multiple choice questions. I will read out the questions, you see along, contemplate the answers in your mind, and I will display the answers. Let us see our first multiple choice question. A control system is option A group of actuators which maintain the required input based on the preset or predefined level or quantity. Option B, a group of devices or units or elements which maintain the required output based on the input quantity. Option C, group of devices or elements which maintain the required output based on the sensors used. Option D, group of devices or elements which maintain the required which maintain the required output based on the preset or predefined level or quantity. Which is the right answer? It is option D. A group of devices or elements which maintain the required output based on the preset or predefined level or quantity. Let us move on. Question 2. A control system can be used to, option A, control some variable to some particular value, control the sequence of events, control whether an event takes place or not, D, all the above. Think about the options. What for the control system is used? The right answer is all the above. So all these actions are done by the control system. Move on to question number 3. A control system always needs feedback to control the process. What it says? Option A says control system always needs feedback to control the process. Option B, does not need feedback for control action. C, may or may not have feedback unit with it. D, all the above statements are true. Right answer is may or may not have feedback unit with it. Why? Because in open loop control system we don't have feedback, whereas in the closed loop control system there is the feedback. That's why option C, it may or may not have a feedback unit with it. Next, MCQ 4. In open loop control system, the output is independent of the input. B, the output is dependent on the input. Also, input is dependent on output. C, the output is dependent on the input, but input is independent of output. both output and input are independent of each other. Which one is correct answer? The right answer is C. The output is dependent on the input, but input is independent of output. Is it correct? Let us move on. In closed loop control system, input depends on the output. B. Input independent of the output. C. Output and input are independent of each other. D. Output independent of all parameters. Answer is very simple. The right answer is input depends on the output. Let us move on. Control unities. Option A. Control unit is element of closed loop control system, element of open loop control system, element of both open and closed loop control system, does not belong to any system. Which is the right answer is element of both open and closed loop control system. As the name itself indicates, control unit is in both open and closed loop control system. Let us move on to multiple choice question number 7. Comparison element is option A. Comparison element compares a reference value with input value. B. Compares reference value with deviation signal value. C. Compares reference value with measured output value. D. Compares reference value with standard input. Think which one is correct. Right answer is compares reference value with measured output value. Move on to next question. The term actuator is used to refer the process element that produces changed signal, refer the correction element that provides power to carry out the control action, refer the comparison element that provides correction in the system, refer the correction element that provides correction in feedback system. Read them carefully. What the term actuator is used to? Right answer is it is to refer the correction element that provides power to carry out the control action. Option B is the right answer. Let us move on 9th multiple choice question. Comparison elements error signal can be represented as option A. Error signal is equal to reference value signal divided by measured value signal. Error signal is equal to reference value signal divided by standard value signal. Option C. Error signal is equal to measured value signal minus feedback value signal. Option D. Error signal is equal to reference value signal minus measured value signal. The right answer is option D. Error signal is equal to reference value signal minus measured value signal. Let us move on. Multiple choice question number 10. The control element as option A decides what action to take on error signal. Sends the error signal to comparison element. C option produces error signal. D all the above. Think over the right choice. The right answer is option A decides what action to take on error signal. Dear students, this is all about session number 2 and the references are these. So in the next session we begin with session 3 and I thank you for your careful watching. I hope this will help you to understand what the control system is. Thank you, and we meet in the session number 3.